Hey, it's the 012 Simmer here. Today, I'm going to be going through my attempt at building on PC as someone who plays on console using a controller. So this was somewhat of a challenge, but we had this gallery built. So in the first episode of our Dear You Always Generation 1, we used this beautiful house from the gallery. But as per the rules of this challenge, the color that's needed is pink. So I thought, instead of just, being lazy and getting a beautiful build on the gallery, why not try and make something like for myself? So that's what we try to do. Got rid of the house, got rid of all the other extras, and it was basically like an empty lot. And for people who are very seasoned on PC, this might be a very painful watch because I tried. I literally did try, and we got somewhat of a building, for her to live in. And our sim for this challenge, Generation 1, she's going to be the heir. Her name is Madelyn. So if you're interested in also just staying around and checking out this challenge, please do subscribe to the girl's channel. So the vision here was I wanted a house with like a patio, whatever you call it. And I realized, this is simple. We can just use this. And I wanted like this to connect to a hallway or like an entryway or like a passage. Yet again, whatever you call it. And then that then connects the different rooms of the house. So that was the vision. So the vision was there. Now was the execution part. As you can see already, that was my first what are we doing? I struggled a lot to get the camera angles sorted. On a controller, you literally just flip the analog stick and then, all simple. But here was a bit different, so I still need to figure out how that works, especially if I'm going to be playing this challenge on this PC of mine. But I was playing around with the sizing just to make sure that things are also not getting that expensive, because I realized we don't have a lot of money, so we gotta make sure that it almost looks like a starter. So today we're focusing purely on the shell of the house, and then we can focus on furnishing a little bit later. I was really interested in this, it's called, I don't know, it's like a square. I'll show you now what I'm talking about. But before we go there, I don't know why I did not realize that the stairs I am about to pick were extra expensive. Why did I not just see that we just spent 1,000 simoleons on stairs? But hey, that was then, this is now. I was like, oh my gosh. But anyways, we can earn it back because she is going to be a writer. She needs to get to the author branch, so she needs a hobby room, and by hobby it's the writing. And once life gets going, we will then use it as a nursery room, and then we can expand the house because we have a very big lot to use. But obviously we're not rich enough to use everything. But so far that's what it's looking like. But I felt like it looks a bit funny because that's a very short hallway. But this little square thing, I don't know what it is, but I kept putting it first and then putting the actual room on top of it. And then why? I could not tell you why, but I just felt like I needed to use it. And then I just kept adding platform to my house. Am I meant to do that? I don't know. But that's going to be our hobby room, and it's going to connect to the bathroom, the one and only bathroom that we're going to have. And that's also going to create a little bit of a en-suite. Is it an en-suite or en-suite? And that's going to be our bedroom. So our bedroom to the bathroom, and then the hobby room to the bathroom. And for some reason, I thought an L-shaped bedroom looks delightful. It's scrumptious. It's it. Now I'm looking back, I'm just like, okay, it's a very weird shape, but we'll work with it. We can always improve and better it later in the gameplay. But for someone who does not build on PC and plays a lot on the console, so far, how is it looking like? What tips can you give me? Is it a very painful watch like I expected? Now we're moving on to the kitchen. That's our kitchen. I also realized we cannot make such a huge kitchen because do we have the funds for it? No, we do not. And I realized I accidentally did that little bendy part. That it's not a square, it's not a rectangle. It has that little curved part. I was like, ooh, okay. But then that floor part was annoying. That part I put first, and then the room was not disappearing. I did not know what to do with that. So As you can see, I like created a bit of a like a way. It's almost like a door, but not a door, by just bulldozing part of the wall, so I can build this part of the house, which is our living room and dining room situation together. So that is most of it. So now for the decorating part. So the color for this challenge is pink. So this house is gonna look like pink vomit for some people, but it's because that's the color that we need to use. I try to balance it out with a little bit of white in there, but I think it looks a little bit cute. I don't know, you'll let me know. And I also just want to take this moment to thank everyone that is subscribed to this channel of mine. If you are not yet subscribed and you want to see what the journey is all about, feel free to hit that subscribe button. I think the goal at the end of this month is 40 subscribers. I'm going to be very excited and very grateful for 10 more people to join on the ride. So if you do enjoy, it's gameplay, it's building, it's CAS, I like everything, then consider doing so. Okay, so far that's how our house is looking. Now for the flooring part, like I always, apart from the window placement is very tricky. I was struggling with the camera. I was trying to get this top view to see like the house from aerial view, a bird's eye view, but I was failing dismally. I don't know why, I don't know how, but I'll learn, and the next time I do the building, I'll have a set of control tips hanging on my wall to help me. But I decided that the white flooring balances the pink a little bit. I don't know, color combo, sometimes I struggle with that, but I guess you just learn the more that you do. But if you don't know about this challenge, there is the first video I did where we were literally just doing a bit of an introduction. So our main sim Madelyn goes through a little bit of a love, situation. There's 3 sims that she really likes, but then obviously she marries one, and the one that she marries is not even the one that she likes the most. And then to top it off, sometime in the challenge, she's going to have a child, but she won't even know who the dad is. And she will either choose to be married to that specific sim who may or may not be the father, or she might, bounce and then do her own thing. And obviously, be a person writing books, but instead of being a best-selling author, she's going to write all these amazing romance books or love letter books and then not even publish them to the world. So I'm very excited because it challenges me to play in a way that I don't really play. And with Adventure Awaits officially out, I'm like seeing her go to all these retreats, meeting potential people. But yeah, that's the gist of the challenge. Very exciting. And this challenge is by the storyteller Whims. If I look at the graphics that I found on Pinterest. But yeah, back to the windows. Those are the windows that I chose. I really like those like square, clear windows, the big ones. But then I felt like for this specific build, it was not working. So this is what we did. So let me know how the house is looking. It was a bit of a challenge for me to do it, and to try not to copy a floor plan, and just do something from the brain, just go with the flow. And this is what the creative juices were able to produce. So if you stayed this far, thank you so much for watching and staying. I am the 012 Simmer, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.